In the lightweight division, we got Gage Young coming in at -125, going up against UFC newcomer Stan Dorsainvil, who comes in at +105. Now, Gage Young earned his second straight victory last time around as he went up against Thiago Moises, and he had a slow start in that fight as Moises was able to get a chain wrestling attempt together, get the inside trip, and then eventually get the back of Young and grinded the rest of that round out to win it on the scorecards. But in the second and third rounds, Young played it a little bit more defensively responsible, picking his spots from distance and really battering Moises. And it was pretty clear in that third round that it was just a Young fight the entire time. Young may have lost a few fans that night, though, because I'm sure there were a lot of people that took Young to win inside the distance. But instead of looking to ground and pound Moises and take advantage of some knockdowns that he was able to accrue, Young was just dancing, emoting, and celebrating the prematurely celebrating, I should say, some of those spots, and then he would go on to win a split decision against Thiago Moises. Somehow, one judge gave round 2 to Moises, which I just do not understand. I thought it was pretty clear that Young was battering him for that entire 5 minutes, but still, at least the right guy ended up winning. Young has shown some issues in the past with defensive grappling, or at least power strikers, just as we saw in the Evan Elder fight, even in the Kill and Soukilled fight. Guys can have big success against him if you don't allow him to dictate the pace, if you rush him with some grappling or even some power punching. He's a little bit more technically savvy because he likes to stick with the discipline and the technical side of things. Good combinations, some stinging power as well. It's been harder for him at the UFC level to come through with some finishes, even though on the regional scene he was finishing most, if not all, of his opponents. But we're going to see him tested this weekend as he goes up against the UFC debutant, Stan Dorsainvil. Now, I actually played Dorsainvil as my lock, and then I played back in May when he took on Daniel Holt under the LFA banner. Dorsainvil was coming back from an ACL injury and repair and looked more than fine against Holt. Holt is a guy that I was high on in the past because of his flashy power striking style, but Dorsainvil shut that down completely. He kept on the gas, stayed in Holt's grill, landed some big shots, landed some takedowns, and even mixed in the grappling realm, showcasing his dominance there. He is a BJJ brown belt at heart, so that's often where he looks to get his best work done, but he is becoming more and more confident in the striking game, hence why he was able to win that decision as an upset and an underdog against Cedric Catambois, I believe, in his first LFA fight. I believe Catambois was a big favorite that night because of his superior striking skills, but Dorsainvil just kept him on the back foot the entire time, landing bombs and threatening with the takedowns, but not committing to it all that much. Again, I think Dorsainvil has a lot of potential. This kid is really good. I think he has a lot of skills to go out there and actually showcase to these guys that he can be very effective. I believe he is a guy that can actually have a lot of success by just crashing forward, landing big shots, mixing in his takedowns when he has the opportunity, and I believe we'll see that potential slowly start to unravel in a good way, I should say, or at least start to show itself as he gets deeper into his career. Now, this is a clear matchup where Young is going to be looking to keep his range, looking to counter the aggression of Dorsainvil and trying to stop the takedowns that are inevitably coming back his way. I think Dorsainvil will be able to crash the pocket enough to keep Young on the defensive, and then whenever he sees the opportunity to land the takedown, I think he'll go for it, and I think he'll be successful with it. He may not be able to Khabib his way to a victory here, as I think Young will be able to find ways to eventually work back to his feet, but I think Dorsainvil has showcased great cardio. Even though he's taken this fight on short notice, he was scheduled to fight next weekend for the LFA, so I'm sure he's already in shape and prepared for this matchup, hence why this fight is still taking place at his natural weight class rather than this being a catch weight of any sort. We saw that last week with Eduardo Chapelin taking the fight on short notice against Charles Johnson, forcing a catch weight, still not looking in great shape, and ended up gassing out and losing in the third round like he did. I don't think that's going to be the case here for Dorsainvil. I think we'll see him, like I said, crash the pocket, land his takedowns, really put a good style on Young, and I think that leads to Dorsainvil pulling off the upset and winning this fight on the scorecards.